Thanks for tuning in on this quick walkthrough slash tutorial on how to install Ubuntu 20 alongside with Windows 10 for a dual boot. This should work on a PC or a laptop. Ubuntu 20 is the latest and greatest. It should work with any earlier or later version of the OS as well. This was one of the requested videos on a blog that I had written for an earlier version of Ubuntu 18. So I decided to upgrade the blog and create a video. You can find a link to the blog right under the like button. Feel free to check that out if you're not into video. All of this should give you a good overview. There might be some issues that you might run into. If you face any, please feel free to leave a comment and I'd be happy to answer them. Let's just jump into the installation. Alright, so for the first thing we need to do is head over to ubuntu.com. I've just looked that up. That should take you to the website. From there, head over to the downloads tab and download 20.04. We're installing that because that is the LTS long-term support one. This should download the image file, which we'll use to create a bootable pen drive that'll allow us to install it from a pen drive. Now to do that, you should head over to Rufus. Just look that up, RUFUS, and download this software. If you're on Windows, just follow the instructions on the website to set a bootable pen drive, a pen drive that will allow you to install Ubuntu. For Windows and Ubuntu, there will be different options. I'll leave a few resources in the comments. Next thing, head over to your BIOS. And from there, we need to enable or disable a few settings. Here, I'm disabling the fast boot option. You would also want to disable secure boot. This may vary from your BIOS settings. Every BIOS looks a little different depending on the manufacturer of your motherboard. But remember, you need to disable fast boot. And if you see an OS option for boot, please set it to other OS instead of just Windows UEFI. Make sure you save the settings and reboot. Grab the pen drive that you just set up, plug it in. And once you're inside of Windows, search for advanced startup options. Click on reboot. From there, select use a device. Select the pen drive and boot into that. This will take you to the installer. Do not skip the check disk. This ensures that there are no errors with the file that you set up for installation. Let this complete, because if there are errors with the installer, these might come up in the OS later on and you wouldn't want to deal with them. I've shown this by purpose, but I will actually get an error here, and what I did was go back, re-downloaded Ubuntu image and again set it up. So this is the second way to boot into the pen drive that we set up for installation. Go to your BIOS and select the particular pen drive from the menu. This is how it looks for my motherboard. It might vary for yours depending on your manufacturer. Remember, wait for the check disk to complete. You might be tempted into jumping into installation right away, but please, we have a few more checks to do before that. So instead of clicking on installing, click on try Ubuntu first. Now, what we're doing here is making sure that everything is available hardware wise. So head over to network. If you have a laptop that has Wi-Fi, make sure you can see Wi-Fi options. If you have Bluetooth, make sure you can see Bluetooth. I do not have Bluetooth on this PC. Go to dark mode, see if it doesn't look too jarry on your screen. For some screens, it might be too weird. Go to sound options, make sure you can hear sound through your speakers or your headphones. If you have a monitor with a high refresh rate, go to displays, set it to the high refresh rate, make sure that you're able to see that. And we're just making sure that we are aware of these errors before starting the installation so that we can figure out how to fix them later. I'm not going to be covering those in this video though. Now you're ready to double click on the installer, select your language. I'm going with English US here. There are plenty of options inside English as well. English US works really well. Go with normal installation. I like to disable the download while installing because this sometimes tends to slow down the install. Please click on something else because you would want to configure some drives. I have a lot of drives on this system. That's why I'd want to select the partitions and all of those options. Click on continue and this should show up all of your drives and partitions. You could click on the drop down menu and see what drives are under what names. As a rule of thumb, the fastest drive, for me it's a M.2 970 Evo Plus, should have your swap and install directory. Now for me, I have already installed Ubuntu in it. So what I'd want to do is delete that partition. I've selected it and clicked the minus button. That should create free space. Now what I'll do is I'll allocate swap area first. Swap exists as an extra RAM of sorts. So if you run out of RAM area, Ubuntu will use the swap to allocate that as a resource for your computer. I'm entering the value here. Remember, it's in megabytes. As a rule of thumb, you'd want double your RAM for swap. I've entered 128 GB here. Select it as swap from the drop-down menu. Click on OK. Now from the remaining of free space, select that, click on plus, select the mounting point or enter /. This should tell the installer that, hey, this is where I'd like to install the OS. You're good. Now remember I told you about the drop down menu. This is where it's handy. If you remember different names, so for example, /n1, p1, etc., you would know which drive is this on. So select that particular drive, delete those partitions, select the free space from there. Remember, it'll always be under the particular drive. Now this is for a different drive for me, so I'm mounting it on /kaggle. Select OK, and I'll do this for all of my drives. I have a lot of drive. Most of the times you would have an SSD and in a hard disk. So your SSD would have your OS and hard disk would have extra data, for example. Again, this would vary depending on your PC. Once done, click on install now. This should show you the number of changes that are going to happen or the new partitions that will be created on different drives. Make sure you're not messing this up because if you lose any data, it won't be recoverable. Click on continue, select your region, set up the system name, password, all of those details. I've really speeded this portion up, but at this point the installation should start and it should take some time depending on how powerful your system is. Once it's done, click on restart now. This should give you a prompt of removing the pen drive and pressing enter. Press enter and you should reach your boot screen. Okay, that was the demo on how to install Ubuntu 20 alongside Windows 10. If you have any questions, again, let me know. The video after this will be a demo or a walkthrough of how to set up CUDA and NVIDIA drivers after installing Ubuntu. And thanks for watching this video.